beating in my ears. What out? I got something else playing in the background here. What's going on? So this is Michaela Peterson, by the way. What is playing in the background? This is Michaela Peterson, by the way. Oh, I got something else. Hang on. Oh no. Something else. This is bad. Hang on. Oh, come on. Come on. No. What else is going on here? It's my D-Live? Yeah, get rid of that. This is Michaela Peterson. I'm going to run through some clips today. Content. I'm not feeling it, okay? And if you're not feeling it, I get it, okay? So maybe I can bring a little levity to your lockdown. I don't know. Are you becoming a victim of Netflix? Oh, I got into a series that was not healthy for my mind, and I couldn't stop. It's over. I couldn't stop. I'm an addict. So if you're going down a deep, dark hole in this lockdown, I'm with you. I feel you. This is Jordan B. Peterson, Dr. Peterson's daughter, Michaela Peterson. She is a red meat eater. That's it. That's all she consumes. No pepper, no salt, no, like very few other things. Red meat. That's it. She swears by it. Actually, Peterson's on that too. JBP is back. I call him Uncle Dad because he's cool like your uncle. Not like your uncle, because your uncle's an idiot, but the most intelligent, cool uncle you ever had. And then, so he's cool like that, but he's kind of like his dad. He cares about you like your dad does. It's like your cool Uncle Dad, I call him. He's back from a benzo dependency that made him nuts, basically almost killed him. We'll give him a rare condition. He's been on SSRIs for 12 years. And the benzos that he was prescribed for anxiety or stress or whatever by his longtime GP gave him a rare condition. No, actually, it's not that rare, but gave him a drug interaction. I can't remember what it's called exactly. Go see his latest interviews with the Times and whatnot. He'll tell you the whole story, or Michaela will. And I love Jordan Peterson. I think he's one of the greatest thinkers over time. I think we're lucky to have him. And I think he was sorely missed throughout some of this crazy period, COVID, Trump, all of it, like we missed him. So he's back. And fake news rides. So the Times does an interview with him. He records it. And then the Times does a headpiece on him. The recording of the interview was very, natural, free-flowing. They're good talkers, both of them. I found the interviewer, whoever it was, to be like an idiot, basically. Just, wow. A ton of, I don't know how much experience she had, but she was weak. So they recorded the interview with the Times, and then the Times did a straight-up hit piece on them, taking them right out of context, or not just putting words in their mouths, basically. Misquoting them and just going at them with all kinds of mainstream media assumptions, and it's just sad. It kind of reminds me of the fake news I got. And sometimes I get decent coverage. A lot of the times, if it's looking for sensationalism, they go for the sensationalism. And it's similar to, I know how it works. Did an interview with John Law not too long ago over, my video where I, basically did a half-hour comedy routine. and called some people some foul names, and it made the media. I gave him in the interview, and there's nothing, there's very little of what I said in the interview actually in the article, other than what makes it look fake news and good to sell papers. Badly written. I should have released that interview one day. And, well, the video in question that caused such an uproar and, ended up getting me hate mail for a month and a half is on BitChute. It's not even on the YouTube because I was in between channels at that point. Anyways, I'm blathering. This is Michaela Peterson responding, I think, to the Times coming out with their hit piece after she's just done an interview and her father's done an interview. And this is a clip from, basically we're going to be watching a bunch of clips from the YouTube channel, TrueTube, right? It's short. Watch.
And on that note, don't fuck with me. I don't take it lying down. See you around, folks.
Yeah. Don't fuck with me. Yeah. That's probably a good idea. Anyways, Jordan Peterson is back.
She saw me.
That's good news. And then it led me to, I started thinking of one of my favorite clips, Jordan Peterson clips, is from the biblical series. This is 7, Walking with God, Noah and the Flood. These psychological assessments and breakdowns of biblical scripture they're amazing, man. Like, he's such a great thinker, and how he applies it to our common human condition, or current common human condition, I find it fascinating. So I've listened to everything Peterson's done. In fact, I saw a video the other day, which I don't remember watching, and that was rare because I watch most of these more than once. So this is actually, I'm going to let this play for a few minutes because it's a good, this is Noah and the Flood. But I don't know. I think he's a clinical psychologist. He's no dummy. And maybe you'll find something that tweaks you, or you can get something out of. I don't know. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. I do care about it. Here you go.
Emerge forward, heroically, magically, to confront the chaos that constantly threatens the structure within which you live. And you can free something as a consequence of that. You can learn something. You can strengthen yourself. That's the other thing, because what you're actually made of, in many ways, that what informs you, what you're made of, is what you encounter when you voluntarily encounter the unknown. And so the more you voluntarily encounter the unknown, the more you get made of. And the more you get made of, the more there is to you. And then the more you're good at encountering the unknown and restructuring order and calling forth proper order out of the potential of being. And God, you got to think, why wouldn't you do that since you can do that? And it's an endless mystery. I think part of it is that people, well, it's also encapsulated to some degree in the story of Adam and Eve, because what happens to Adam is when he becomes self-conscious, right? He becomes ashamed of himself and regards himself as a lowly sort of creature. And there's endless reasons why people would do that, because, of course, we're rife with imperfection. And so he hides from God. And I think that's actually the answer to the conundrum, which is that people don't aspire to the highest good because they're deeply ashamed of themselves and their weaknesses and their insufficiencies. And so that's not the only reason. I mean, there's the desire to avoid responsibility, and there's all the negative motivations as well, like resentment and hatred and the desire to make things worse. I don't want to, give us too much of a break, but it's something like that. But it's okay to not be in a very good place if what you're trying to do with that not very good place is make it better. And one of the things I really have learned as a clinical psychologist is that you just cannot believe how powerful incremental progress is. You can do the calculations it's like compound interest, If you make your life 0.1% better a week, man, in 2 or 3 years, you're in such a better place than you were that it isn't even like the same domain. And if you keep that up for 10 years or 20 years, especially if you're young and you start early, you start to straighten yourself out and fix the things that you can fix. You can transform your lives in ways that are completely unimaginable. And God only knows what the upper limit of that is in terms of human possibility, because we are amazing creatures, you know, when we really get our act together and stop running at 10% of our capacity, so that's what you do. You've got, you know, the fact that things aren't exactly the way they should be at least gives you something to do, you know, and that's maybe something great to do, because there's no shortage of suffering and trouble that besets the world that you could conceivably ameliorate in some way. And the utility and meaning, the utility of that and the intrinsic meaning of that is self-evident. So it also makes me curious about nihilism, for example, and despair. Because
so Peterson goes on great lengths about meaning being directly related to responsibility. So if you want meaning in life, you just pick up the heaviest stone. Carry that with you. So anyways, that just came to me as I was coming on live here, and I was able to find, there's another clip which I'll find at another time, but it's just so genius. It's like, you know, those things in your life that are actually pretty easy to do, that you know that if you did, your life would be better, and you still don't do them, and they're very simple. And then you've got 100 things in your life that you do that you know you shouldn't do, although you continue to still do them. Like, what? You know, if you just knocked one off a day, you know, the compound interest, your life would be unrecognizable. So for those of you that are struggling, you're in a dark place, you're not the only one. I would say reach out, you know. But you know what? Oftentimes you reach out and you really need someone, and there's no one there. So you got to learn how to deal. You got to deal, dudes. Anyway, so that's a little gift from JBP, from JBP through me to you. What up? Kind of an odd time to be broadcasting today. I've kind of fallen into a couple of traps. One is the pause. I should be recording this. Just because the pause button. Last Thursday, I did a show that was recorded over Wednesday and Thursday, and then I didn't fake it. Everyone knew I wasn't live when I went, but it was recorded, and it was stopped and started. You can't tell, but I've never done a video like that. Normally, I just come on here and do this. So I'm gonna add some clips. I don't want to see this. You know where AOC was during the riot?
We waved. I went into my office, and a couple seconds later, she knocked, and she said, "You know, could we come in?" And I said, "Of course." And
so AOC wasn't where she said she was in the riot. Big deal, right? Bob Sellers backtracks after they went hard on Mike Lindell for the MyPillow guy.
Mike is a friend of this network, and we were supposed to discuss.
They ran him off the air, basically. They wouldn't let him talk.
And the impacts of cancel culture on his.
This is Newsmax.
There was some confusion, and Mike thought that we were to talk about vote fraud in the recent election. It's a topic we have covered extensively on Newsmax. I was frustrated that we couldn't focus on the current, very pressing issue of free speech and cancel culture. And in hindsight, there is no question that I could have handled the end of the interview differently.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You had him on to talk about free speech. His Twitter account was canceled because he was talking about voter fraud. And how is that not part of your story or your narrative? This guy walked off the set. He got up and walked off the set during an interview with Mike Lindell. He took his ball and he went home. What a fucking goof. Oh, I'm trying to keep the language down. Anyways, he came back and gave this non-apology. I thought it was kind of hilarious.
I do believe, and I have said this all along, that we will probably need a supplemental for more security for members when the enemy is within the House of Representatives.
That's Nancy Pelosi, okay? And if you don't see that as race baiting, and what, Nance, what's up with your eyes, dude?
And I have said this all along.
Like, I don't know. She's old, I guess, but... she does not look well. I don't know. I heard she's quite the boozer. I don't know. The enemy is within. This is the typical Democratic division. They thrive on this. This is what they live for. It's gross. It's ick. No thank you, Nancy. And did Joe Biden have a stroke on live TV?
America cannot afford to be absent any longer on the world stage.
I'm a little closed in
the
here.
State Department, an agency as old and as storied as the nation itself, because diplomacy has always been essential to how America
Breathe, Joe.
writes its own destiny. For the diplomacy of Ben Franklin
Poor guy.
helped assure the success of our revolution.
He's barely keeping it together.
The vision of the Marshall Plan helped prevent the world from foundering on the wreckage of war. And the passions of Eleanor Roosevelt
Come on, Joe, you can do it.
declared the audacious idea of universal rights that belong to all.
Come on, Joe. You can make it. You can make it, dude. You made it. Way to go, Joey. You did well. And in that same evil vein of he goes to leave. He's not sure which way he's going, even though he just walked in. Okay? He came in this way with Kamala Harris. And then when he leaves the lectern, he's and watch Kamala. Now, I did take liberties with this video. I didn't edit it, but I did do this. Look at her pointing. Like, you can't, Kamala Harris can't help mothering Joe Biden. That's funny, right? I think I slowed it down for you. She's like, yeah, go this, Joe. Yeah, good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah, good boy, Joe. Oh, endless reasons to celebrate with this new administration.
Not only have great
Joe Biden claims he was shot.
Great personal courage.
Again.
I've been with some of you when we've been shot at. I've been with some of you when we've been in places that you would not have any idea you'd want to be when you were going to school foreign policy.
Wait. First, Joe did not serve in any military action. Joe has never been shot at. As far as I know, Joe Biden's never been in fear for his life in a war. Either have I. But I don't go out there claiming that my fellow comrades in the press or diplomats listening to me were with me when I was shot at. You can't go around playing a veteran when you've never seen combat, Joe. It's not on.
Been with some of you when we've been in places that you would not have any idea you'd want to be when you
would not have any idea that you would want to be.
You were going to school foreign policy.
When you what? Okay, word salad. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do this again.
Then what we never talk about is you not only have great intellectual capacity.
We never
you
talk
have
about
great
this?
personal courage.
We don't talk
I've been
about
with
this.
some of you when we've been shot at.
Okay, Joe, walk it back. Dude, apologize. Take it back. What were you saying? What were you thinking? Why would you stop taking liberties?
With some of you when we've been in places that you would not have any idea you'd want to be when you were going to school foreign policy.
You wouldn't have any idea that you'd be in a what?
And the Foreign Service, they never told you that was going to happen.
Over the last year.
Hi, Justin. Justin Trudeau and his Liberal government, propped up by the NDP, Jagmeet Singh, who is an enabler of corruption, basically. Did he side with the Sikh terrorists? Why is he not allowed into India? Justin Trudeau and his government not only are going to police the internet and control what you can and can't say. Oh, Joe Biden's on that train as well. Beijing Biden. they're very good at declaring people hate groups. And here's Justin Trudeau on the drinking club known as Proud Boys.
Over the last year, we've seen people across the country come together to support each other through this incredibly difficult time.
Is it just me, or is this man as affected as you've ever seen? I mean, disingenuous. I don't know. Like, what is it? It's such drama. It's thick with drama and what is it? Cringe? I don't know. Just look at it.
Over the last year, we've seen people across the country come together to support each other through this incredibly difficult time.
What is it? Acting.
After all, that's just who we are.
The whispering. Does the whispering make you a more understanding individual, even though you rule like a tyrannical dictator? Maybe that's too low a voice. Maybe if I whisper like this and have a more pleasant voice, does it sound less affected?
Canada, we just help each other out. We learn from our differences. We celebrate diversity
Shut
as a country
up.
and as a democracy. And we will always stand up to protect them. On Wednesday, Minister Blair announced that 13 new groups are now listed as terrorist entities, including ideologically motivated extremist groups like the Proud Boys.
It's Proud Boys, not the Proud Boys. Proud Boys. The Proud Boys. Yeah, I'm just going down to meet with the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys. It's Proud Boys. And it's a drinking club. Okay? Who started, I don't know, walking conservative speakers past throngs of left-wing radical fascists trying to shut down speech. I think it was Ann Coulter. They first ushered through as security because they're tough guys. It's a drinking club. It's a bunch of boys, patriots, gun lovers, constitutionalists, boozers, probably Christians, probably good, hardworking blue-collar guys. It's like a blue-collar men's drinking club. That's what Proud Boys is. You can say whatever you want about it. The SPLC can say whatever you want about it. You can tie it to Charlottesville if you want. It's ridiculous. You can say they're alt-right white supremacists, except their chairman is Cuban, essentially colored. They didn't show up on the 6th. They didn't plan an insurrection. You are wasting your fucking time convincing Canadians that there's a big, bad, scary boogeyman out there, and the boogeyman's called white supremacy, and it hides in individuals like Gavin McInnes and the Proud Boys. Fuck. Give me a break.
These decisions were made after thorough information gathering.
I can't even, dudes. It's laughable.
What we're also trying to do is make our health and medical experts available to ensure people understand, and I'll reiterate it here today.
The vocal fry. Okay. I can do a vocal fry if I wanted to. I don't think that it's a natural way of talking, but I guess I could do it on a more regular basis, if you know what I'm saying. It does give my voice more of a, I don't know, fry. Why do women do the vocal fry? It's fucking nauseating.
it's not just a vaccine, is obviously an incredible medical breakthrough, and we want every American to have one. But even after you're vaccinated, social distancing, wearing masks are going to be essential, and we'll need to continue communicating about that.
Masks are going to continue to be essential even after vaccination. Well, because we know masks aren't harmful to the people wearing them. In fact, it protects others in a large degree. And if you don't wear a mask, that means you don't care about others. No, the social don't worry about the 6 feet. Wear the mask. Social distance. Oh, no. I thought it was wear the mask where you can't social distance. But I'm not within 6 feet of anyone in the grocery store. Ever. Except that one time I wore a mask and it fogged up my glasses and I rear-ended the girl in front of me. Took the back of her ankles off with my cart. Ugh. Couldn't see where I was going. That was the last time I wore a mask. I'm so vocal fry. I can't even we're gonna need the mask even after the vaccinations, okay?
Think
What else
that
we got?
there's no
Well, Joe Biden thinks that Donald Trump doesn't need to get the intelligent briefs
need
anymore.
for him to have that intelligence briefing.
That's good.
This is so hard because
Oh, drama on the Capitol. Oops. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, I got it. My TV just came on. Wonder what the fuck was going on. On the impeachment house. House is doing the impeachment. Let's just. This is what I got. You could probably hear it in the background. I just went off pause. Trump is gone. Okay? Just let him go. Ignore him. Pretend it didn't happen. See how they do this? I want to see this here. This is not the first time that CNN has done this. Watch this video right here. Okay, so I know I try not to see everything from a video director's standpoint, but I have. Oh, what happened? What happened? Well, you saw it was full screen there, right? Oh, I see. It won't let me pause. It's just a bad video cut. But these guys, just let them go, dude. If you hate Trump, here's the best thing you can do: ignore him. That should have been something for you when he was president, actually. Anyways, Rashida Tlaib got on the House floor and melted down. Now, this is 3 minutes long. I probably shouldn't. These clips are all on the TrueTube YouTube channel. TREW. So youtube.com/TrueTube. TREWTEUBE.
as many of my colleagues know, my closest colleagues
Okay.
know.
Have you ever thought, okay, I'm going to give a speech. I'm thinking about doing something really emotional. What do you think? I'm thinking about something that will move the audience to tears. No, wait. I'm thinking about moving myself to tears with the hope that somehow inspires a nation. If you ever think about that as a speech idea, back away. Back away. It's a bad call. Okay? And here's a good example of it.
On my very first day of orientation, I got my first death threat. It was a serious one. They took me aside. The FBI had to go to the gentleman's home. I didn't even get sworn in yet, and someone wanted me dead for just existing. More came later, uglier, more violent. One celebrating and writing the New Zealand massacre and hoping that more would come.
Yeah, secure.
Another mentioning my dear son, Adam.
When in doubt, go for the son. There's nothing
Mentioning
that,
him by name.
as a mother, I would assume that as a mother, there's nothing that triggers you to tears like thinking about your offspring. I would say that probably more so as a mother, but probably a father too. You start thinking of your kids, you get all choked if you think that they're in trouble. Look at this. Like, let him go away. Why drag it on? He did not incite an insurrection. Swalwell. You know what? If he wanted to cause trouble, he could have. He could have tweeted, "Burn the shit down." And there would have been enough crazy fuckers that were over there that followed his instructions. Not many, but a few. AOC's going to come in here. Oh, here. Oh, here
So
we
what
go.
happened on January 6th?
Hang on, I don't know what to do with my left. My left.
That I
What
wasn't
do I do
here.
with my left hand? It's just dangling here unnaturally.
Alexandria, so many of my colleagues
Wait.
that were here, but as I saw it, I thought to myself, thank God, I'm not there. I saw the
Nice
images
dress.
that they didn't get to see until later.
Oh,
My team and I decided at that point.
what a beautiful
we'd keep
show
the
of
death threats
solidarity.
away. We try
I'm just going to stand
report
over
them,
here.
document them to keep them away from me.
Oh, that's
Because it just paralyzed
Oh,
me.
the
All I wanted
kindness,
to do was
the
come here
empathy.
and serve the people that
Oh, yeah, oh, here you go. Here's a box of Kleenex. And she's got to keep clicking her iPad to stay on her speech. Click. Or is she playing video game?
And so it's hard. It's hard when my
Here's what it's not. Hard.
sisters beg me to get
This is
protection,
easy.
many urging me to get a gun
This is flaccid.
for the first time. And I have to tell you,
Oh,
the
she's gonna.
trauma from
She's
just
cracking
being
again.
existing as
Okay,
a
here, let's
woman.
skip over. Here comes the AOC. Oh, there we. Oh, you know how? Wow. Oh, that's so kind. Look at her. Oh,
Because of this rhetoric,
is AOC pregnant?
thought that they would feel unsafe here.
What up? How come she's got the fucking mother thing going on? She can't be pregnant. She's not. There's no ring on that finger. Anyways, I'm sorry. I apologize. This is not very kind. To put you through this and this. Oh, what do you? I started out with some feel good. Okay, I gave you some feel good at the beginning. It's gonna have to carry you through because from here on in, it's all downhill. I'm sorry. Fuck. If you weren't suicidal before you came here, well, you might be when you leave. And here's Nicole. Where's my top lip, Wallace? I like the gingers, but they're nuts, especially over at MSNBC. Cuckoo. Oh.
Is a bulletin released to all law enforcement earlier this week that there is until the end of April a persistent threat of domestic extremism, domestic terrorism carried out in the ideology and around this belief that the election was fraudulent, that the COVID restrictions are unnecessary.
Okay, so Nicole, sorry to pause you on such a compromising position with your eyes, obviously, and not the best position in your mouth. Perfect. For the greater part of the last year, Black Lives Matter has been burning cities to the ground, occupying police stations, occupying blocks of cities and turning them into their own sovereign nations. Nicole, where's my top lip, Wallace? Antifa is a threat to the U.S. freedom, liberty. Antifa has been marching in the streets. Antifa and Black Lives Matter are terror groups. Antifa and Black Lives Matter are responsible directly for 50 deaths over the last year and billions of dollars in property damage. And you want to tell your viewers on MSNBC with a black blinking block of wood here. I cut the other two people out. I only went with the two shot here. That the greatest threat to American democracy is Trump fans that think that the election was fraudulent. Nicole, 4 key battleground states changed the election laws just before the election so that they could allow mail-in ballots. That is not only unconstitutional at the state level, the states aren't allowed to change the way they're not supposed to be allowed. They did. And then the New York Times went and bragged about how they did it, how they sent out an army of activists and political operatives to make sure that the election went the Democrats' way. Joe Biden, are you trying to kid? Come on, Joe Biden.
All of those ideologies pushed by Donald Trump. But my question for you is around incitement.
This is exhausting.
We had a policy, and it was very controversial. It was carried out under the Bush years and under the Obama years of attacking terrorism at its root, of going after and killing, and in the case of Amr al-Awlaki, an American, a Yemeni American, with a drone strike for the...
Okay, just so I get this straight. Are you advocating for drone striking Americans that are unhappy with the election? Or questioning the integrity of the election? Is that what we just send in a drone and take them out?
A crime of inciting violence, inciting terrorism. Mitch McConnell was in the Senate then. He was in the Senate after 9/11 too. How does Mitch McConnell, who understands that the way you root out terrorism is to take on, in the case of Islamic terrorism, kill those who incite it, how does he not vote to convict someone that he said on the floor of the Senate incited an insurrection?
My New Year's resolution is to make sure that the Republican Party dies.
Thanks, Jane Curtin. You're smart. Chicago teachers are going back to school, but not before they did this little beauty. This super cringe dance video that the Chicago's Teachers Union did. Like, fuck. This is so hot, so creative and imaginative. Look at her. Wow. What presence. What body control. Look at this one. Wow. Oh. Such grace and beauty. Oh, yes.
Students,
youth,
and our teachers,
diversity,
safe.
oh, that's hot.
Safe.
The one in the middle is especially talented. Like, watch this. Oh yeah, let's do some air running. Not exactly running.
Our lives.
I'm signifying struggle. Yeah, struggle, pain. I'm sorry, this is struggle and pain. I gotta go. I've given you too much to deal with today. I'm sorry. If you came here looking for a lift, I did not. Sorry about that.
The difficult truth is this: anti-black racism, systemic discrimination, and unconscious bias still exist in Canada.
Wrong. Systemic racism means that the system, top to bottom, 100%, systemically, that means the system, all of it, not a part of the body, that's local. Systemic racism is throughout. So, Justin Trudeau, how come your government hasn't done anything about it up until this point? And show me one government agency, one corporation, one constitution that's systemically racist. It doesn't exist. We're not fucking buying it, Justin. Yes, bad things happen. Yeah, life's not fair. Nepotism. Oh, you want to talk about racism? How about you take on corruption, Justin? Racism. You talk to most people of a minority and ask them, out of 100% of your interactions on a year or month or weekly basis, how many of them are purely straight up racist interactions? It never fucking happens. When it does, it's horrible. We all fucking hate it. Who do you think? You think there's people out there? Like there's like 5 left that still think like that. Okay. We're the most tolerant that we've ever been, Justin. Stop trying to tell us that we're all broken and we're all racist. And every system of government is inherently and structurally and systemically racist. It's fucking bullshit. Sorry about my language. I get wound up. It's just, it's hard to take, man. I'm doing a Joe Biden right now. I got a Kermie in my throat. I got to get out of here. My mom's coming home. My clothes aren't clean and my room's dirty. Oh, Justin.
And that has to change.
And what are you going to do about it? You said you were going to give the natives clean drinking water, you putz. Fuck, what an embarrassment this clown is.
I'll circle back if there's more I can share with you.
Circle back, girl, Jen Psaki. Jen likes to Psaki circle back. And she's just a circle back girl. Circle back girl is next. But this is like 30 seconds. This circle back clip was brought to you by one trip to the lectern.
I'll circle back with you if there's more to convey. I'll have to just circle back with you. We can circle back with you. I'm happy to circle back with you.
I guess I lied. It's the other one where they count the ums and the ahs. The circle back obviously came from different clips. That's my bad. Fake news.
I can circle back. I will have to circle back on that one. That's an excellent question. Oh, such an important question. We will circle back with you, and we'll circle back with you. It's an interesting question, but we'll circle back. I'm happy to circle.
I ain't gonna circle back, yo. Which leads me to this one. This probably gets me shut down. Oh, I probably shouldn't play this one. How can I play it? Does YouTube? Am I gonna get a strike? Just because it's got the tune in the background and it's going live? I probably shouldn't play this. I'm gonna risk it.
All the girls stomp your feet like this. Few times you've been around that track, so it's not
This is circle back. Circle back, girl. Okay. I had to do it. I had to clip it.
Circle back. Circle back.
She likes to circle back. And that was a mouthful. And 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 ah. Wow.
It began.
The State Department. Okay. What did I put this one up? Jen Psaki.
In February 2013, U.S. officials were secretly meeting with Iranians about possible nuclear talks. The State Department spokeswoman at the time, Victoria Nuland, denied direct talks were taking place. When the covert talks were revealed months later, Nuland's successor, Jen Psaki, faced tough questions about whether the State Department was lying.
There are times where diplomacy needs privacy in order to progress. This is a good example of that.
But when a reporter tried to refer back to the exchange from the video archived online, he discovered that a critical section of the tape had been edited out. Psaki, who's now the White House communications director, denied involvement on Twitter, saying, "I had no knowledge of, nor would I have approved of, any form of editing or cutting my briefing transcript."
Psaki.
Hi, folks. There's one thing that's united.
Hey, folks, friends, my friends, we're going to have to lock down for another month. My friends, folks, my friends, well, you're just going to have to order out. My friends, we need to all come together. My friends, we need to be there for each other. Folks, this is a dire time. This is a dire time when we all need to come together, my friends. Doug Ford says stay home in 37 languages. Now, if you turn this broadcast off now, I don't blame you. I'm sorry. My apologies. You thought you were coming up for some decent programming, and I'm not delivering. I'm bringing you this junk.
Uniting all of us in Ontario, and that is stay at home. Restez à la maison. Taizai jolly. Low fun. Hi okay. Stare e casa. Correro. Cadete en casa. Shalik fi alabait. Manatili sabahai. Garme rahir. Fika in casa.
The native one's the best.
Zuhausa. Dar hane be manid. Proshen zitstencha domo. Bertil hiringal. Asta vaisa doma. Sin yeah. Chibe iso. Garpar raho. Katse spiti.
Oh, you got a good smile there. The Greek's got a good smile.
If they Colin.
Oh, where was the native one? Oh, did I miss it?
Wayback Machine, you can go back.
All right, I gotta go. My mother's coming home. Tony Robbins went off about the coronavirus, and they deleted his video. Not before a wise guy got the chance to post it up. He sums up my thoughts pretty clearly.
On your computer and go back in time on the web. So people have already published it again and again. And what it shows is the same number of people have died this year, 2020, has died in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, and 2015. 2.8 million people. It's within 10 to 15,000 people every year. The same number of old people died in 2020. The only difference is when they looked by disease. Heart disease, for the first time in 30 years, has come down. Cancer has come down. But COVID has gone up in the exact proportions. Now that's interesting, isn't it? Same number of people died.
You're not allowed to say that.
We have noticed the flu has disappeared.
You're not allowed to say that, Tony. What a fucking scam. Yes, I believe there's a coronavirus. Yes, it's probably nasty. No one likes getting the flu. I get it. But this is bullshit. This lockdown, this government control, this move to a guaranteed annual income, this breaking the back of small business, this is the greatest scam on humanity ever perpetrated by the CPP, the CCP, the communist Chinese Communist Party, whatever the fuck it stands for. I did a show a few weeks ago about how do I say this without getting banned again? About a drug used as a prophylactic for a certain virus that's spread mostly by contact, which is another reason not to wear those fucking dirty, filthy diapers on your face. Do you know how hard it is to catch an airborne virus? It's very difficult. It's not easy. And you people are wearing these masks outside alone, with no question to how it might be affecting your mental health. Tony got up. I appreciate it. What else we got? Oh, yeah.
The difficult truth is this.
Oh, we hit this one already.
Anti-black racism, systemic.
Okay, I think we're almost at the end. Super cringe.
It was brought in by visitors. Once it was here, they said it was spread by symptomatic people.
This guy thinks he's the fucking godfather.
It was also spread by asymptomatic people.
Which, actually, do we know this now? Do we know that asymptomatic people are spreaders? I don't think we do. I think there's actually a lot of evidence that no, they're not spreading it, dude.
Wow,
Space.
Space Force. It's the plane of today. It is an interesting question.
Mocking reporters'
I am
questions.
happy to check.
Gavin's got a message
And
for
I've
those at
learned so much
YouTube.
about this whole fucking tracking thing and encryption and all
Then
this
we're gonna
shit.
get out of
and
here.
They've assured me that there's no device connected to my account.
How the fuck did you
Most
get through to
importantly-
Apple? Yeah, I can't.
Well, if you're
That's like
willing
saying
to
I
wait
called
for
Google and they said, "Don't worry about it, Gavin."
Yeah, can you tell Jeff Bezos I've been waiting on an Amazon
Yeah,
package
can you
for 3
call
weeks
Google
now?
and tell them to fuck off from me? And while you're at it, tell YouTube to suck a dick and tell Twitter they can eat my shorts.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
That was
I've been drinking
that was
and
a bit
this
hot.
is just flying off the handle.
Holy moly.
Oh, boy. Such a glory.
Madam President, today is Tuesday and time for the flag salute.
Oh, we covered this already. I think the guy messes up the pledge of allegiance. So this is the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, this is my last. I guess I did one a week ago. 34 views on my new YouTube channel. Shit, 163. Okay, that's not too bad. That's up from, man, it's a brand new channel. It's only, I don't know, it's like 8 months old, this thing. And I'm pretty good on the strikes. So you can see a bunch of the government pressers here. If you go to playlists, you will find something called clips. There's a bunch of cool clips in there. Government pressers, Jim Fannon Show Conversations, Jim Fannon Show Live. So most of it is there. If you want to see it historically, you can find it. And your new coronavirus, China Kung Flu virus update. New cases in the United States of America. I have the 7-day moving average clicked. New cases. Well, let's say they peaked around 200. The last peak was under 100. 75. And look at the deaths. Daily deaths. 2,000 back here. 1,000 over the summer. Yeah, we got 3,000 now. So over here, wave 1, 2,000 deaths. Over here, wave 2, 3,000 deaths a day. But look, the total number of infections, so much more. And they're going down, 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 down. What are you going to do when coronavirus comes for you? But better yet, what are you going to do when coronavirus is gone? Grant LaFleche, what are you going to talk about, dude? Your whole life is structured around a virus now. What are you going to do, dude? I don't know what the mainstream media is going to do without Trump and without the coronavirus, but that day is coming. Trump's gone, and the coronavirus is on its way out. Let's check out the numbers for Canada. So I go to worldmeters.info for this, and then I go to closed cases, show the graphs, and then I like to go down here to daily new cases. Now, in Canada, it's a little bit different, strikingly different. Here's wave 1, the summertime, really low numbers. Flu season starts kicking in. This is when most people should start washing their hands. When the kids go back to school, November kicks in. This is the height. Then, here's the height right here, December. And then, bye-bye, off a cliff. Off a cliff. These are daily new positive cases. No, positive tests. Cases are symptoms. Just because you test positive does not mean you have coronavirus. Fucking losers. But look at the deaths. Daily deaths. So what I want to draw your attention to is the discrepancy, and I've done this many times, but for those that are tuning in for the first time, look at this. 1,600. 8,000. We're at 4 to 5 times the positive tests. And, well, at one point, we were at half the deaths. And we're still we're in line with where we were over here when we were caught off guard. We're doing okay. It's going to be all right. Social distance, wash your hands, stop with the fucking masks on your face. They're not working. If masks worked, the thing would be gone because all of you losers are wearing them outside. You can find me here on Twitter. You can find me here on the Facebook. And you can find me here on the Insta. You can find me on the D Live. You can find me on the fucking Twitch, YouTube, as the Jim Fannon Show. It's a smaller channel. Also, Twitch, D Live, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube also has a channel called True Tube. Oh, this is a beauty. Where's my volume?
Danger.
This is me as a baby.
This is danger.
I have a new app that lets me virtually mask my face. I'm working on a few impressions, and I'm going to bring it. Anyway, I don't want to take any more of your time up, but maybe I should go out with a little Matty McPherson. A little X Factor. Or M Factor. Yeah, why not? Matt McPherson goes by M Factor, Phaktor. This song is called Want Some, and I don't care if you want some or not. I like it. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and take that damn mask, that dirty diaper, off your damn fotch. I'm out.